And I want to read this quote from your book. And this is just a quick quote. We'll talk about your book a little bit more later, but it speaks exactly to this. It says, here's the God's honest truth. It is easier to control people than it is to love people. And fear, guilt, and shame are incredibly effective tools of control. The thing is, if you use fear and guilt or shame to get people into the church, then you have to keep them scared. Wow, that sounds a whole lot like when I was in church growing up. You have to keep them feeling guilty. You have to keep them feeling ashamed. Otherwise, they might leave. That sounds a whole lot like a toxic relationship to me.
I mean, how many of our churches are toxic relationships that we're involved in?
Yeah, and that's why I left in 2003. I was like, nope, I'm done. And I was still in Hawaii at the time, and we were about to go to war to kill poor brown people that didn't have any threat to me or anybody else. But people in the military chapel were excited about going to war, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And that's when I walked out. And I didn't think there was anything Jesus had for me at that point. But the Jesus that you talk about and the Jesus that I learned about in seminary is a whole different dude.
Yeah.
And the Jesus of Walter Wink, who, dismantles the domination system with unconditional love and grace and shaming in a way that's not, making that guy slap you with the hand that you only use for one thing.
Right.
Right? Like, shame on you, but I'm going to let you do it.
Yeah.
It's a totally different dynamic than what we're used to hearing. And I remember Jesus going, oh, then people want to make me king. I'm going to run off into the hills now.
Right.
Y'all crazy. That's not what I came here for. Right.